Last time driving the truck, just taking it up the road here to turn it around so he doesn't need to back out of my drive with us on Blind Corner. I have no idea if you can actually hear me over the truck or not, but I'm actually selling the diesel today. The new owner is on his way right now to pick it up, and then off to new projects. I have some things in mind. We'll see if they pan out, but I guess if they do, you'll see here in the next clip or so. As you could see from those previous clips, I did sell the diesel. That was about a week ago. We are now in the mud season in the yard here. I got the Thunderbird stuck trying to pull that out of where it was parked a few days ago. I had a lot of interesting trade offers for the diesel. I guess, you know, nobody has money right now, big surprise, and trading is the name of the game at this point. One of them was a 69 C50 flatbed truck, two-wheel drive, so not really of much use for me. There was a 79 F250 extended cab with a 460, a C6. Body was, I really wanted that truck actually, but again, it was two-wheel drive. And the whole point of this was I wanted to get rid of the diesel and get a four-wheel drive that I didn't hate driving, because up here, you get like 6 months if you're lucky to drive some of the cool stuff, the stuff you actually enjoy. And the rest of it is either mud, snow, or ice. So yeah, I wanted to find something that I actually, you know, like driving. I also had an offer for a 24-foot, I think it was, travel trailer that needed a renovation inside. A few guns, of course, you always get those, a couple snow machines, all that kind of stuff, and then you get the tweakers trying to get you to take some toolbox they found at the local dump or whatever for it. But then some guy actually showed up, and he paid full price for the truck, which was $3,600. He didn't try to barter or nothing on that, which I appreciate. And that makes me break about even with the truck, considering everything I put into it, the purchase price, and yada yada. So now that the diesel's gone, I need to find a four-wheel drive something or other, the older the better, to work on all summer long and get it prepped and ready for winter so it's reliable, comfortable, you know, just not a pain in the ass to operate for half the year. I have a couple things in mind. I'm actually hopefully going to go look at a Ram Charger tonight. Up the road from me, there is a 58 Dodge Power Wagon Town Wagon. That's a 3/4 ton four-wheel drive. That is a bit more of a project, but it is really fucking cool. So I might go for that as well. Off topic, though, I was messing around in the neighborhood here doing my spring car hunting, you know, and I found a late 60s Cadillac hearse that I just happened to talk to the father of the owner, I guess, who was working in his yard at the time, and he put me on the phone with his son, like on the spot there. I gave out an offer, and I just got a call back from the son yesterday, and he's actually going to take that offer. So I guess, theoretically, I own a Cadillac hearse right now. That won't be dealt with until late May. That's when he gets back to town. But yeah, that's going to be cool. It's literally just the body. There's no frame, there's no axle, there's no suspension. It's just the body, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But it is titled, and it was super cheap, and it's a Cadillac. So I'm thinking a four-wheel drive swap on that would be the way to go, because really, what's the point of finding a two-wheel drive frame to throw under there, because you're not going to find another Cadillac one, that's a guarantee. Find a two-wheel drive frame, either stretch it or shorten it, and throw it underneath a hearse that then you can only drive half the year if you're lucky. So I'm going to probably just find some older square body Suburban frame or something, stretch it probably, I don't know, might need a foot or so, And yeah, then I can drive a hearse all winter long and be that guy, I guess. So yeah, that's a quick little update there on where things are sitting. I'm waiting for the mud to um, dry up a little bit so the yard is actually usable. I was going to do a paint video on the Thunderbird here, bringing that back to a shine, even though it doesn't deserve it. And I got the car stuck, and I don't want to be wading through the mud, walking around that, trying to polish it for a couple days straight. So that's on hold right now. Charger paint work is on hold right now. I got all the stickers stripped off of it and everything, so now it's just sanding. But the guy for the Lancer is going to be in town in 10 days, and then that's going to finally be out of the yard and give me another space, which will be nice. The guy who bought the diesel is also going to get that blue and white cap back there when the yard dries up, which could be, who knows how long. Let's see. I did do a little bit of work on the interior of the Impala here. Just cleaned up what I could with what I had. It really needs a carpet kit. The carpet's not in bad shape, but it's old and worn a bit. And I really, really want to find a dash pad because that's like the worst part of the car. But it still smells a little mildewy in there, but it's better than it was. Again, as soon as the yard dries up and I can get this up on jack stands, we'll go through and do the complete brake system on this, and then hopefully that can be on the road in time for our first car show of the season, which is about a month away. I think it's in mid-May or something. First car show of the year being in mid-May must sound pretty fucking crazy to a lot of you lower 48ers, but up here it's about the earliest a lot of people can get their stuff out reliably. We're having an early thaw this year, believe it or not, and we didn't have a whole lot of snow load this year compared to the last few, which we've had, freezing rain and all that stuff included in it. In the middle of taking down some trees below the pad in the lot here to open up more storage space for long-term stuff. There's a few vehicles I hope to pick up this summer from just around the general area of the neighborhood here. A lot of them have been sitting as long as I've been alive. I'm not sure, what will be salvageable with a lot of them. Some of them are accidents from the 80s and have just been stuck in the woods. Some of them are old plow trucks that have just sat idle for years and years. Worst case, I just want to collect as many parts, engines, transmissions, any of that stuff. The stuff that's going to be really hard to find in probably 10 years or so at this point. Just the oddball stuff, not 350 Chevys. Those are going to be, those will survive the apocalypse, I'm sure. But the harder to find stuff, Oldsmobiles, Plymouths, Pontiacs, stuff like that. But I'm going to make the driveway kind of to the wooded area right through here. This is the lowest spot, and it'll be the easiest to make a transition heading down the hill off of this initial pad here. I got to get some of the stump piles out of the way, and a couple truckloads of gravel probably. But I think that'll be usable just to store stuff. You're not going to be driving in and out of there like with the Charger, but just for storage, you can drag stuff in and out of there with a truck pretty fine. I guess a moose went through here. You can see just how muddy the lot is with how far they sunk down in there. After I clean up the Thunderbird a little bit, I'm probably going to pass that one on to somebody I know here. It's cool, but the spring has been the first time I've actually been able to really look into it, see what it needs, what's fucked up, all that kind of stuff, because I got it late last fall, and it was just before it snowed that I got it, and then it went cold. It's going to take a lot of money to get this back on the road looking half decent, and that money is better spent on the stuff over here. So I'm probably going to pass that along. And the green truck here, it depends on what I can get for a four-wheel drive project for this summer within the next few weeks here. If I can get something that is going to entail less work than this, I'm probably going to list this on Marketplace for, I don't know, $1,500 or something. See if somebody will grab it. Like the body, besides where the fenders were rolled there for the Super Swampers the guy had on here, is in really good shape and rust free. So I'm thinking it'll demand a little bit of money at least, and it'll open up another space for me here in the yard. So that would mean the cab would be gone, green truck would be gone, Thunderbird would be gone, Lancer will be gone in a few days here. And when the Impala is reliable enough, I'm probably going to try to sell the Bean car for $2,000 or so. It's reliable transportation, but it's a Bean car. The Impala is going to be far more fun to drive around, except gas mileage with the price of gas right now. But that's a problem for later, I suppose. I had lent the Porta Power jack to the guy I actually bought the Bean car from a couple years ago. He was doing some body work on something. Once that's back, we'll do another video on the charger here, making it look a little bit more, like a charger. Now that it's warm, it's going to be a lot easier to do that kind of thing. It was hard keeping it warm enough in here for the RAM and that to actually, enjoy life. But now we should be able to make a bit of progress. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the door jamb section right here. I need to pop that up somehow. You can't get on the inside very easily. It might come to a point where I got to start cutting stuff off the car and gaining access to certain points and then putting it back together. I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to preserve as much of the natural finish of this as possible, but it might end up looking a little bit Frankenstein-y. We'll need to see. But anyway, it's finally spring. Stuff can finally be put into motion around here. Videos made, progress, progressing, everything like that. And until all that happens and I get it edited, which takes a lot longer than I thought it would when I initially started this. Just the amount of takes you got to do for certain video clips because, talking is difficult apparently. That can take some time when you're actually trying to do a project too. So, but whenever all that is put together, I'll get some videos out and we'll try to get above the 1,000 subscriber threshold there to start getting some monetization coming in and all that kind of stuff.